Both of my parents were born to poor families in Cuba. After his mother died, my father had to go work when he was 9 years old. My mother was one of 7 girls raised by a disabled father who struggled to provide for his family. When they were young, my parents had big dreams for themselves. But because they were not born into wealth or power, their future was destined to be defined by their past. And so in 1956, they came here to America, to the one place on earth where the aspirations of people like them could be more than just dreams.
All right, folks, welcome to Give Me Five. Marco Rubio, from his announcement yesterday that he's running for president. Great story he has to tell. Let's listen.
Here in America, my father became a bartender. My mother, a cashier, a maid, a Kmart store clerk. They never made it big, but they were successful. 2 immigrants with little money or education found stable jobs, owned a home, retired with security, and gave all 4 of their children a life better than their own. My parents achieved what came to be known as the American dream. The problem is now too many Americans are starting to doubt whether achieving that dream is still possible.
Absolutely true. But don't worry, Hillary will save us. Here's more.
Now look, at the turn of the 19th century, a generation of Americans harnessed the power of the industrial age, and they transformed this country into the leading economy in the world. And the 20th century became the American century. Well, now the time has come for our generation to lead the way towards a new American century.
And here he makes the announcement.
We Americans are proud of our history, but our country has always been about the future. And before us now is the opportunity to author the greatest chapter yet in the amazing story of America. But we can't do that by going back to the leaders and ideas of the past. We must change the decisions we are making by changing the people who are making them. And so, that is why tonight, grounded by the lessons of our history, but inspired by the promise of our future, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States.
I got to tell you, he is a great speaker, notwithstanding the sip of water. And he has a great story. And I think he's going to make a very formidable candidate. Here's more.
I recognize the challenges of this campaign, and I recognize the demands of this office that I seek. But in this endeavor, as in all things, I find comfort in the ancient command: be strong and courageous. Do not tremble or be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.
Oh, what a religious lunatic he is. I'm sure the media has already got that written down. I'm glad he did that. I'm glad he said that. And here's one more for you.
The final verdict on our generation will be written by Americans who have not yet been born. Let us make sure they record that we made the right choice. That in the early years of this century, faced with a rapidly changing and uncertain world, our generation rose to face the great challenges of our time. And because we did, there was still one place in the world where who you come from does not determine how far you go. Because we did, the American miracle lived on. Because we did, our children and theirs lived in a new American century. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States. Thank you. Thank you.
And with that, his hat is in the ring, and it's going to be a very, very interesting. And the media is positioning this as a battle between him and Jeb Bush. It's much more than that. We're coming back.